if they continue to stay in a safe haven of studying, like I'm learning, and we can use that as an excuse for some, right? As an excuse for some, really most, of why we haven't accomplished what we need to accomplish.
What's up, everybody? What's up, everyone? We're back. What am I talking about? Season. I'm already foreshadowing. Episode 3, ladies and gentlemen. This is episode 3 of the First Generation Millionaire Podcast. I'm so excited to have you back here with me today. If you don't know, if you're just joining us, first of all, I want to welcome you if you're just joining us in this podcast. I want to thank everyone that has taken time out. Right? I want to thank everyone that has taken time out of their day to subscribe to our podcast, to rate our podcast, and to leave us a review. See, a lot of people have been following us for a while. They've been following our videos on Facebook Live, so on and so forth. So they already know what to expect in this podcast. So if you're just joining us again, thank you so much. My name is Antonio Starr. I am the host of the podcast. I am the founder of First Generation Millionaire Clothing. I like to call it the affirmation wear. I'm the founder of AntonioStarr.com. I am so many things, so many exciting things, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, today it's Monday, so we wanted to bring another throwback. We're still working on these interviews and chopping them up and everything, but there is so much stuff in our archives, so many great things. And I just happened to be going through an old video that I did. I think it was back September of 2017. I'm not sure when you're listening to this, but it'd be super cool if someone is listening to this in 2025, right? Super cool. Thank you so much, 2025. But in this video, I was talking about how people get stuck in what I like to call analysis paralysis. It's not mine. I didn't coin that. Someone else told me about it. But essentially, people are getting stuck at the phase of just studying all the time. And people hide behind books. People hide behind courses. People hide behind, even college, because they're afraid to really jump out there in the real world, and they feel safe if they continue to study. If they continue to stay in school, then that forces them, right, to be in their safe place for even longer, right? And what it does not force them to do is to get out there and experience the real world. And, on the pursuit of becoming a first generation millionaire, ladies and gentlemen, there's just certain things that you have to do, and execution is number one. Right? Execution is number one. We can study all day. But at some point we have to execute, right? Knowledge is not power. Applied knowledge is power, AKA execution is power, ladies and gentlemen. So what I want to do is get into this recording. I want you guys to listen to this archive recording. If you find value in it, please be sure to share this podcast link, right? Share this with everyone that you know in the world. And let them know, hey, this guy, Antonio Starr, he really has some good stuff to say. This guy's still in the trenches with us. This guy's still down here fighting with us. He's still on his pursuit of earning his first million, clearing his first million, right? So we're going to do this thing together, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to exchange information. We're going to exchange energy. And speaking of exchange, be sure to check out the website, firstgenerationmillionaire.com. That's where you can find all of the affirmation wear that I was talking about a second ago. If you go to thefgm.co/FGMTEE, you'll be able to get one of our signature First Generation Millionaire t-shirts for a reduced price of $15, ladies and gentlemen. You really can't beat that price. It's an affirmation. I really like wearing my shirt because when I'm out, it forces people into conversations with me, but it also forces me to speak my vision to other people. That's what I really like about the shirt, is that it forces me to speak my vision with people. It forces me to master my vision or presenting my vision to other people, because I get questions from so many different people, and it's like, oh, are you a millionaire? Or some people are like, yeah, I'm a millionaire as well. I just don't have my money yet. And you start this conversation, and it's fulfilling on the inside. So just go and pick up a shirt. It's only $15, ladies and gentlemen. We really appreciate your support. Now, without further ado, let's get into this clip. I call it the safe haven of studying. It dates back to 2017. This is another throwback. Antonio Starr, the First Generation Millionaire Podcast. I'll see you on the other side of this audio. Thank you guys so much. Now, here is Antonio
Send this
Starr.
message to you guys on Monday, right? I wanted to send this message to everybody on this Monday because here we are, another Monday. Today is the Monday, September 18th. I don't know how many Mondays we've had in this year, but we've had a lot of Mondays in this year. What's different about this Monday than the past 20, 30, 50, however many Mondays? We know it's 52 weeks in a year, so probably 30 Mondays, 30-something, 40-something Mondays at this point. It doesn't matter. How many Mondays have passed with you being in the same exact place, in the same exact situation, feeling the same exact way, surrounded by the same exact people, making the same exact money, having the same exact struggles? How many Mondays have passed? How many Mondays have passed you up, ladies and gentlemen? How many have come and gone with you looking in the mirror and seeing the exact same thing? Here's one of the reasons why I feel like we're having the same Monday over and over, why we're having a Groundhog's Day of life every Monday. Matter of fact, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, they're all the same. Here's why I believe it is. Because we're stuck in our safe haven of studying, ladies and gentlemen. You're stuck in a safe haven of studying. You know, I remember the Kanye West album, his first album, College Dropout. There were these skits in between pretty much every song, every other song, and they were talking about school, and the guy was talking about the comfort level of how comfortable people are in school and how people stay in school and college for 6, 8, 10 years because they feel safe in college. They feel that they don't have to face the real world. They feel that they don't have to face real life situations if they continue to stay in the safe haven of the collegiate system, right? If they continue to stay in the safe haven of studying, like I'm learning, and we can use that as an excuse for some, right? As an excuse for some, really most, of why we haven't accomplished what we need to accomplish, of why we're having the same Mondays every single week, right? Because we can use that. You know what? I'm still learning. I'm still studying. I'm still watching the videos. I'm still going through the training booklet. I'm still going through the handbook. I am still matriculating. But at some point, you're going to have to pull your pants up and put your shoes on and put your boots on and step out into the real world and say, you know what, today I'm implementing. All these other Mondays in 2017, I've been learning. Or at least that's what I'm telling myself. Or that's what I'm telling you. That I'm learning. At some point, excuse me, you're going to have to put your boots on and step out into the real world, ladies and gentlemen, and start doing and start implementing. Right? You cannot stay, you should not. It's detrimental to your future if you stay in the safe haven of studying. If you stay in the safe haven of studying, you're going to have to get out there, ladies and gentlemen. Sometimes you got to get out there, you got to do it scared. Most of the times you got to get out there, you have to get out there and do it and not even know exactly what it is that you're doing. All you know is that I'm armed with a vision, I'm armed with a goal, I'm armed with a dream, and I'm armed with some ignorance that's on fire. That's on fire. So when I talk to people about whatever it is that I'm doing, whatever I'm trying to do, whatever army or tribe that I'm trying to build, when I talk to people, they're not even going to ask me, what about this and how about this? Because all they can do is feel my energy. All they can do is feel my energy. They can feel the drive that I have based on the vision that I have, the manifestation that I'm determined to do, right? That's what they're following. That's what they're following. They're following that energy, ladies and gentlemen. But what happens is, and I think everything is all rooted in fear, right? Most of it is rooted in fear. So because we're fearful of what may happen, because we're fearful of rejection, because we're fearful of someone putting us on the spot, because we're fearful of the next level, because we're fearful of stepping outside of our comfort zone, we stay in our safe haven of learning and studying. And you got to go. You got to go, ladies and gentlemen. You just have to do it. So if you've been studying something for 6 months now, if you've been reading for 7 months now, if you've been sitting back being a student for the past year, it's time for you to go. It's time for you to graduate. It's time for you to graduate to the next level. It's time for you to start executing. People are relying on you to execute. People are waiting on you to help them get out of their comfort zone. People are waiting on you to bring some light into their situation. People are waiting on you to bring some clarity into their situation and put them on the right track, on the right path. Because most people are stuck in the safe haven of studying. Most people are stuck in safe havens, period. Do you understand the definition of a safe haven? Look it up. Of a safe haven. A safe haven is a comfort zone. Safe haven is AKA the middle of the road. Safe haven is status quo. Safe haven is doing just enough. Safe haven is just getting by. Safe haven is surviving. If you want to be in a thriving mode, if you want to go from surviving to thriving, you have to do less studying and more execution, because you're going to learn the most from executing. You're going to learn the most from executing. All this stuff that's in my backpack right now, books, laptops, internet, Google, all that stuff, it's cool. It's great information for me. But most of this information is comprised and compiled opinions of other people and their experiences. Your experience may be different. It will be different. So the best way for you to get the best knowledge, the best way for you to learn the fastest, is to get out there and fall down a little bit, scrape your elbows, scrape your knees, stump your toe, right? You're going to have a little blood, sweat, and tears you're going to have to put into the business and to the game. But that's going to be the best way for you to learn. I promise you, ladies and gentlemen. It's not, and I don't want this to come across the wrong way. It's not in college, right? It's not in college. It's not in the workshops or any of that stuff. That stuff is really just to spark something in you to go out and get your own. You have to go out and get your own. You got to go out there and execute, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I'm challenging everybody to do this week. Put the books down and go execute. Close the video and go execute. It's right now, it's 12:48. Oh, you hear Mickey? It's 12:48 on the East Coast. If you've been studying all morning, put the book down and let's go execute some stuff. Put the books down and go execute some stuff. I challenge you to go execute and watch what happens. Watch how much you learn from OJT, on-the-job training, hands-on. Get out of your safe haven, ladies and gentlemen. I'm fearful of everybody that's in their safe haven. Let's go, y'all. Antonio Starr, I challenge you to execute. I challenge you to learn something new that's not in a book. I challenge you to learn something new that's not from someone doing a video. I challenge you to learn something new that's not in a manual. I challenge you to learn something new that's not written down anywhere. I want you to write your own manual this week. Write your own manual this week to yourself. Write your own execution. Write your own plan of attack this week. Write it for yourself. And revise it and revise it and revise it and watch what happens. Look, y'all have a great Monday. Benefit from this information, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not telling you what I heard. I'm telling you what I know. Execution is worshiped. Execution is worshiped. Studying is cool. And all that stuff is great. It's gonna polish you up. But there's nothing like good old-fashioned execution. I promise you. Y'all have a great Monday. Peace.
There's nothing like good old-fashioned execution. There is nothing like good old-fashioned execution, ladies and gentlemen. I've listened to that clip of myself so many times, because what a lot of people don't understand is that a lot of times I record this stuff, it's mainly for myself. It's for myself when I'm having those days when I just can't catch a groove. When I'm having those days when I'm in a slump. I recorded those videos to really speak to myself why other people onlooked. And I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, again, execution is worship. You can have the greatest plan in the world. You can have the greatest dreams in the world. But if you don't follow those dreams up, if you don't follow those plans up with good old-fashioned execution, you will not accomplish anything in your life, anything of significance. I'm telling you. You have to get out there and you have to do it. You're going to have to fall. You're going to have to scrape your knee. All of that stuff, ladies and gentlemen. But that's how you learn. When you talk to the people and you ask people, successful people, how did you learn? They're going to tell you, I learned by doing. I learned by failing. I learned more failing than I did in any class in the world in my life, ladies and gentlemen. So again, we got to come out of that safe haven. Antonio Starr, thank you guys so much again for tuning in to the First Generation Millionaire Podcast. I think we're going to bring these like every Monday. We're working things out. And that's another reason why we need feedback from you guys. Let us know. Follow us on Instagram at the FGM, THEFGM. Tag us. Let us know what you think about the podcast. Let me know what you took away. Let me know what you took away. What's your first thing, right? What's the first thing that you took away from today's podcast? What was the first aha moment? What was your first? Tag us on Instagram. Follow us on Facebook, firstgenerationmillionaires.com. You get our gear there, firstgenerationmillionaire.com. Follow us on YouTube, Antonio Starr. We're everywhere, ladies and gentlemen. But again, and I'm going to let you guys go, but don't forget, subscribe, rate, and review this podcast. We really need the love right now, ladies and gentlemen. There are a lot of podcasts out here, and we want to be the most executed podcast out here. We will be the most executed podcast out here. We will be bringing tremendous value day in and day out. You can always come to the First Generation Millionaire Podcast and get that value. All we need is your help to get the voice out there and using your influence. And we really appreciate it. We're going to start setting some stuff up. I'm going to start giving away some gear. I'm going to start giving away some of these First Generation Millionaire t-shirts because I want everybody to have them. But we're going to work it out in the mix. Listen, Antonio Starr, thank you guys for tuning in to episode 3. If you need anything from me, just reach out to me and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.